Hey guys, we're back. So now we're going to move on to the bottom. I forgot to tell you something on the end of the last video, which is to remember to make this a component. You want to make sure it's all componented up. Alright, so make it a component, call it drawer back, and you can see I have a bunch of layers here. So you should have this many layers for just the drawer. Just the drawer. That's not including the layer you have for the legs. That's not including the layer you have for the aprons, the rails, the styles, and the drawer slides. So you really want to be granular with these layers. Alright, so let's take a look at the bottom. Here it is. And look at the shape it is. You can see that it's got some tapers on either side. It is a 1/2 inch thick. There's this funny little slot in the back, and what this is it's a spot for you to put a screw in. You put a screw in to the back of the drawer, and it just helps support the weight of whatever's inside that drawer. Okay? And we can see, let's get rid of the front for a second. See that the front of this drawer bottom has a slot that fits into the that dado that we made in the front of our drawer. See? And that's an excellent view, right? See? So the bottom will go in there. Okay, so let's get started. This one's kind of tricky. Not really too bad. You're just going to be careful with the construction lines. So that's the technique we're going to use. We're going to use construction lines, and we're going to then create a face on the back here, and then we'll pull that face all the way over here, and then we'll finally draw in some extra lines for that little shelf that goes in that notch and pull that last little section out. So here we go. So first things first, I'm going to create a construction line for the bottom of the bottom. That's going to be a 1/2 inch down. Make sure you're moving along the blue axis when you do this measurement. If it helps you, just move the camera, eye it up, make sure your construction line is flush with the back of both of your sides. Okay, let's check it again. So it looks good, right? So now, a measurement I forgot to show you is where this little taper ends. Alright, so it looks like we're 2 inches out from the inside edge of that dado. So let's set up some construction lines for that. Come out, make sure your cursor's red. Go in 2 inches. And do the same on the other side. Come from the inside edge of your dado, 2 inches. That looks good. Next, we want to make sure that we're modeling this edge correctly. You can see how it kind of comes up, and it's like about 1/16 of an inch up, but it's not exactly 1/16 of an inch. What's important to see is that the bottom only rubs against this this seat here at one point. And again, that's just something that allows this thing to expand and contract as it gets warmer and colder. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a construction line pivoting right here. So take our tape, just kind of find any old spot on this edge, and what we'll do is we'll select it, and we're going to rotate it. Make sure your first click is on this corner here, and the next click can be anywhere really. And all we want to do is get it so that now we're intersecting at that spot here. So nice, right? Let's do the other side real quick. And you can come up from the top, bottom. It really doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you're just using rotate to point it in the right direction. So let's do this one. And see how my cursor, turns into a little red X, says intersection. Make sure you get that. That way you know you're on the right spot. Okay, great. So everything's there. And now we'll just take our line tool and trace everything out. So take your time. Make sure you're starting in the intersect points you need to. Alright, come all the way here. Make good use of zoom to make sure you're drawing accurately. I'm sure you guys have realized that when you kind of rush and you draw something wrong and then you start moving forward, you end up in a situation where now you have this part that's totally wrong. It doesn't fit with anything. It's kind of like a mess. So just take your time while you're drawing things and you'll save yourself a lot of headaches. Let's get rid of that front for a second. And let's pull. And we're going to pull it right to this edge right here. So you can just mouse over that face and it's pulled. So now it is at the point where it is flush with the inside edge of the front. See? So now what we want to do is create that little notch. So if you remember correctly, that data was a quarter of an inch tall. So we're gonna make a little construction line right there. Come in, get your cursor right there. And that notch is a quarter of an inch deep. So just pull it out, 0.25. And that is that. Pretty good, right? So finally, triple click on everything. Oh, not finally. Let's do that notch. Actually, we'll get the notch in the next video. Alright. Thanks for watching.